I think one of my interests in the world, as Mahdi Shaheeb Sher, is American democracy. I think that we do have an environment now for the past 60 years where we have been living in an American democracy. And I think that with this democracy, it's kind of developed a lot of expensive public infrastructure that seems to consist of 20% of GDP every year. So I think this infrastructure, if you look at it, is quite expensive. It's kind of very necessary for unknown reasons. I don't think that infrastructure should be necessary as it is, but it seems to be pivotal for the way things run in society. And I think because most democratic governments in the world invest a huge proportion of their GDP in infrastructure development in their countries, we are living in a very expensive modern society, and this is the concern, that it's an expensive modern society, not just a normal, functional, easy to run modern society. If it's an expensive modern society, then it could cause challenges and risks for the future. Perhaps with this current situation where we're seeing a huge shift of wealth from the west to the east, it raises a question, a serious one, that if all of this wealth is now being balanced in the world and moving to the east, how are Western nations going to pay for, afford their expensive infrastructure and public services that they've been weaned on and juiced on and lived on? So I think that there is a serious doubt now and a serious challenge where the world is balancing itself out of it in terms of its wealth and riches, and all of these expensive modern democracies are now having to dig deep in their pockets to find out how they're going to afford this expensive infrastructure. And there could be a condition now when normal standards of living and the normal quality of life that all people expect in the world could be eroded because of this kind of unusual factor. So I think that's one of my interests with democracies and their expensive infrastructure and public services.